These are the 5 most fascinating stories involving the most scariest animals on planet ever shared on the Joe Rogan Experience. From why snakes are afraid of praying mantis, killer whales have learned to sink boats, polar bear attacking explorers. This brings us to the first clip, where Joe Rogan shares a chilling story with Bill Burr about a praying mantis' deadly move towards predators. This is a conversation from episode 1491.
Have you watched the praying mantis's videos?
Oh, yes, I have. Do you see the one where the praying mantis eats the lizard and tries to eat him?
Well, because he fucking alligator armed it. He was like, I'm gonna kill you. What is this? He kind of did the little flicky. He gave him a little jab, and then that thing just grabbed him. He was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he like
and then
licked at him. Like
then
he was
started.
Yeah.
But if
eating his jaw.
But if he let his hands go, as you guys say, with his tongue, I think he could have pulled that thing in and crushed him.
No. A praying mantis is so fucking strong. They're so much stronger than you would imagine them being because they have these little stick arms.
Yeah, I watched one eat a hummingbird.
Oh, yeah. They eat all kinds of shit. They eat everything that they get a hold of. We're lucky they're little. Praying mantises are amazing. I fucking love those little things. They're crazy. What they can do to a bird or something much larger than them. The lizard was the most impressive because the lizard thought it was going to eat him.
And the thing was totally immobilized.
Yeah.
It was like, it reminded me of watching the shit that you say, where he's past his guard, now he's going for this. That thing was just like,
it's exactly like that. Because their clamp is so, it's like if somebody got you in a darce. It's the same thing. If someone gets like this grip and then cinches it up to a darce choke, you're like trapped in there. That's what it was like. There it is. There's this poor fuck. Look, he thinks he's going to get him. And he's like, bitch, you ain't getting nothing.
But look how he holds his mouth open. And then he's like, oh, dude, I feel so
strength.
But this lizard, he gets away.
He gets away for a second. But this is what's crazy.
For a second?
Yeah. Look at and then he starts eating his mouth. He just starts slowly.
I know what he's
pulling
doing,
him apart.
Joe. I know what he's
like. He's in agony and he's spazzing around, and the praying mantis just locks onto him again and slowly starts pulling him apart. And at the end, he's dead. He just starts eating his brain. Look at that. They just can pull that skin apart and bite right through it. But the thing's so much bigger than him. It's like you eating a cow. It's like you holding a cow down. I wouldn't do that to him. Look at that. He's eating its fucking brain. The lizard's dead as fuck.
Well, that part's not a problem for me right here, because now it's dead.
Yeah, but it died this way.
I know it did. That was the part I wanted to
love it. I'm a big fan of the praying mantis. I like their technique.
Next, Joe Rogan and Von Theo talk about the most feared killer whales, strange attacks in the ocean. They dive deep into how female killer whales sink boats and teaching others how to sink boat. This is a conversation from episode number 1994.
So a female orca, the matriarch, the head of this female orca pack, the head of this orca pack.
And when you say orcas, what are you talking about?
Killer whales.
Oh, damn. All right.
That's an orca.
Oh, God.
So they started sinking boats. And they're teaching each other how to sink boats. Apparently this boat fucked up one of these orcas. Because sometimes what happens is something will go wrong and a propeller will hit. They've happened all the time with sharks. It's happened with whales. Propellers will fuck up a dolphin or an orca.
My friend Dave got pushed off a boat and he got hit by it. When we went over him, he got pushed off the front.
Oh, jeez,
and it fucking hit him.
Where did it hit him? So so this is an orca attack in Portugal. So they started doing this. They say the boat something hit us. So this is from 2021, but what I'm talking about is very recently.
Yeah, no, this was in the article that was explaining it. This was just an example of it, like they caught on tape.
So it's happening quite a bit off the Iberian coast. Yeah. The Iberian orcas has taught at least 9 other whales to attack and destroy rudders.
Wow, and so it's like a Middle Eastern thing?
I just think it's a thing with a particular area where the orcas in that particular area have had problems with people.
I see.
And so they've decided to let them know who the fuck is the boss.
Take action.
Yeah, they're fucking up people's boats.
It's hard to tell what's happening in the video, but they explain.
Bro, I'd bring fish. I'd be like, I'm not that dude. I'm your friend.
Yep.
Here's a mackerel.
Here's a mackerel. Here's a can of tuna. I would bring them.
Up next, Joe Rogan and Andrew Schulz dive deep into the most scariest animal on the planet Earth, polar bear, and how it attacked explorers. This is a conversation from Official Flagrant YouTube channel.
I heard the most terrifying story of these explorers. They were on an icebreaker. They
have a leak in their boat, and they have to literally get off the boat because the boat's sinking.
Yeah.
So they make their way to an ice raft. They get off the boat onto this ice raft, and they wait. And there's multiple hours before someone can come get them. And they see a polar bear.
Oh, fuck.
And they see a polar bear on a neighboring ice raft.
Yeah.
And he's looking at them, and he stands up and boom, comes up in the water and pops up on the next one next to it. And they're like, oh man. Boom, back in the water, pops up on the next one next to it until he's right next to them. He dives in the water, comes up onto their ice raft, takes one of the guys, grabs him, pulls him into the water, swims with him over to the other one, and starts eating him. Right in front of those dudes.
Holy shit.
So they're standing there going, what the fuck? They have to watch their friend get eaten alive by a polar bear.
That's fucking...
Do you have any friends that died from like grizzlies or anything like that?
No, I don't. I do have friends that have been chased by grizzlies and attacked by grizzlies.
And what happened?
Brown bears. Well, most of the time, it's what they're trying to do is scare you. Most of the time, it's like a female with her cubs, and you just zigged when you should have zagged.
That's his thing. He thinks he could zag at the right moment.
There's no zagging with bears. And that's happened with friends where they got charged. Steve Ranella from that show Meat Eater has a horrifying story. They had shot an elk on a Fognak Island, which is this island in Alaska where the biggest brown bears live. These things are fucking huge, man. Like 11-foot tall bears.
Right.
They're monsters.
Right.
And they killed this elk, and when they went back to retrieve it, they noticed bear shit. And they ignored it, and they said, let's just sit down and have lunch, and we'll carry this meat out of there. And they heard a noise, and then they turned, and there was this fucking giant beast just running through the camp. And they all stood up, and guys were falling over each other. The bear was like running right past them. One guy, this guy's name's Dirtmouth, wound up on top of the bear as it was running down the hill for like 30 feet. Falls off onto the ground. The bear runs off into the woods and starts hoofing at them. And they scramble back to the camp. They didn't have their guns on them. The guns were sitting there. All they were doing was eating lunch. They had no idea it was going to happen this fast. And then all of a sudden, then they've got guns. They've got to try to back out of it.
Yeah.
Is it just the bear that you have to worry about?
You got to worry about everything, man. That's the thing that's great about the woods is that it's a human reset. When you're like legitimately out in the mountains, it's a human reset.
Right.
Because you realize like, no one gives a fuck who you are out here. No one gives a fuck about you.
Yeah.
Everything here is trying to do their thing.
Right.
The bulls are literally killing each other to fuck.
Another dangerous creature that doesn't care who you are is giant anacondas. Joe Rogan and Forrest Galante talked about how a military general nearly escaped gigantic anaconda attack.
So what are your thoughts on giant anacondas? Like, because there's always been this thing about enormous anacondas that live in the rainforest. Yeah.
Okay, so take out the Amazon and take out anacondas for a second.
Okay.
All right. Think about where all the largest snakes are in the world. Okay?
Florida.
Well, now, yes, but we've got all these wet tropical environments that house these huge snakes. In Indonesia, you have reticulated pythons, you have Burmese pythons, you have African rock pythons, Indian rock pythons, anacondas, all these big snakes.
Yeah.
The only place that has a wet, tropical, humid, high density of prey environment that doesn't have a massive snake is the Congo, Central Africa. Now,
interesting.
Stay with me. That area is home to some African rock python stuff, but not big monster anaconda size ones, right? But during World War II, there was a colonel who flew over there, well-respected, like, I forget, he had like his wings or his patch of honor or whatever, like very distinguished, who him and his 2 passengers in the plane both reported a 100-foot long snake. They flew over it once. They're like, wait a minute, what is that? They were Dutch Belgium in the Congo. They flew over it once, went, what is that? And flew over it 2 more times to verify it, and got so low to the ground that they said the snake struck at the airplane. And all 3 people, the pilot, this well-respected colonel, and the 2 passengers, had the exact same story of this giant snake in Central Africa. But it's also a very poorly biologically explored area. But imagine flying over and having a snake sort of lunge at a
Imagine
helicopter.
a 3-foot snakehead. Jesus
So,
Christ.
Instagram
Literally
quickly.
swallow you a lot. So the biggest in the world is the python, right? So they're bigger than anacondas?
So it's sort of a toss-up. The reticulated python has been clocked as the heaviest snake in the world because they get fatter, but the anacondas have been clocked in slightly longer. I think 26 feet is the longest ever recorded.